Freya's puppy. Since the end of our engagement party until the day of their wedding day, I haven't heard or seen anything from Quentin. I tried to call him, but his phone is always turned off. I know he's avoiding me for reasons that I have no idea of. I thought we're okay that night, but after he talked with Tyler, he changed again. He must have believed whatever lies she told him. The wedding day has come. Quentin is just a few rooms away from me in their villa on a private island owned by his family. This time, they decided to hold it away from the public to make the ceremony more solemn and intimate. We're practically living inside the same house, but never once did he come knocking on my door. He could have just texted or called me, but I received nothing. I'm feeling jittery, and there are a few hours left before the wedding. So I visited the beach front to condition my mind. Hugging myself against the cold, wild afternoon wind, I contemplated if I should really marry Quentin. At the end of the day, I'll still console myself believing that it's for the better, but who am I kidding? I smiled sadly and sat on the sand while talking to myself. I want to marry him not because I want to be an obedient daughter, but because I love him. I love Quentin so much, I'm willing to accept everything in him as long as I'm by his side. I filled my lungs with fresh, salty air and went back into my room. I was just anxious. It's just wedding blues and it's normal. Eat with renewed strength. I went back into my room to get ready, but my mind took a reroute and turned towards Quentin's room. I decided that I have to talk to him first before the wedding ceremony. I raised my hand to knock only to realize that someone left the door ajar.
Quentin's poov.
Please, Quent, I'm begging you. Stop this wedding and run away with me now.
Tyler is on her knees begging me to run away with her today to avoid my own wedding.
Please, Quent. You love me and I love you. People who love each other should be together. Come with me, Quent. Let's leave this place now.
Her face is marred with tears and smudges of mascara, and the way she held my hand with her trembling hand made me lose my mind. I wanted to say yes to her right now, but the responsibility of being a black and a man weighs more than my love for her. Tyler, please, don't do this. You know I can't turn my back on this marriage anymore. It's too late. I really have to marry Freya later.
No, you're just confused, Quent. You don't like her. I'm the one you love. I'm the one you promised to be with. You're letting your parents' decision take the better of you.
I sighed. Tyler is right. From the very start, I'm conflicted about marrying Freya. There's no love between us, not even familiarity. She's a stranger to me. But I said yes already to my family in front of her family. I gently reached for her hand to emphasize my point that there is no future between us when the door suddenly swung open.
Freya's PB, my eyes popped open in disbelief upon seeing two people deep in talking. Tyler is inside crying and Quentin is holding her hand like he's pacifying her. My voice trailed. I entered the room without knocking since it's already opened. I'm sorry, it's my bad. You can continue talking. I was about to go out of the door when Tyler stood up and pointed at me.
Quentin will never, ever love you, Freya. He will never want you as much as he wants me. I'm the only one he will ever love. You understand me? You will never have a spot in his heart, so don't you dare dream of stealing him away from me.
Tyler, that's enough. Freya, I'm so sorry. She's just too emotional right now. She doesn't mean it.
She doesn't mean it. Tyler means it with all of her heart. If so, what's the purpose of this marriage if I can't have the loyalty of my husband? Because Tyler will always be there to harass us. You didn't contact me nor return my calls, I said calmly, looking at Quentin, trying to keep my emotions at bay.
I'm sorry. I was just thinking.
Thinking? I nodded. If you're thinking of stopping this wedding, then I'm all in. Quent, if you're having the slightest doubt, then it's a sign that we should not pursue this marriage after all. I don't deserve this, you know.
No, Freya. We will marry each other today. Our families expected us to do this. We've weathered those past issues behind us. We're stronger now. We need to do this for the sake of our parents. We can't afford to disappoint them again.
I swallowed the acid on my throat upon the mention of our parents. I almost forgot about the reason why we're doing this in the first place. He's right. It's for our families. Nothing more, nothing else.
I can't make you go against the wishes of your parents, Freya. We have to do this.
Tyler stayed by Quentin's side, just gawking at him in disbelief. I bet she wanted to say something, but is restraining herself. You're right. This wedding is for them, I agreed weakly. It will always be for our parents, Quint. I tried hard not to sound hurt or sarcastic, but I guess Tyler didn't miss that. Expect me later. Excuse me. With a bleeding heart, I walked out of the door and went straight into my room to collect myself.
Quentin's poured.
Quentin, what are you doing?
Tyler squirmed in frustration.
She wanted you to end this wedding. You should have agreed.
I told you it's too late, Tyler. Everything has been said.
Wait, don't tell me you were starting to lie.
No, I abruptly cut her off. I'm just being an obedient son, Tyler. I'm doing this to fulfill my grandmother's wish, not because I really want to marry her.
Is this what I really want? Do I really want to be trapped in a loveless marriage like some obsessed fan, weaving imagination that Quentin will pour out his affection on me? The thought has been going on around my head for quite some time now, despite Quentin being adamant to continue the wedding. I thought I have solved this personal strife I have with the situation, that I am resolute enough to offer myself up in the marriage just because I love him. Loving him is enough. As long as I love him, it will work, but would it really? What if it won't? Will I just plunge myself into a lifetime of despair? But when the stakes are higher in the form of my emotional and mental fortitude, would it be really worth it to risk my all for a love that would always belong to Tyler? Doubts filled my head incessantly as the hands of the clock tick. The time is nearing, closing into the moment that will seal or break our future. Witnessing how he interacts with Tyler, how he loves her, how he cares for her crumbles. My confidence regarding this setup. Tyler will always be the other woman. The woman who could have been the wife, the third person in this marriage. She is his mate. They're bonded while me and Quentin barely have any connection.
The bride will now walk.
It said the wedding coordinator and signaled me to start walking. The orchestra started playing in the background as I heaved a long breath and marched in a sea of flowers by the beach that serves as the aisle. The long train of my princess cut, wedding gown swaying in the wind and dancing with the bubbles in the air that enchanted the guests in awe. Quentin is standing on the altar waiting for me in his expensive tailored suit. His hair is brushed up while his hands are inside his pockets, his eyes twinkling in admiration as he stares at me. When his eyes met mine, the doubts inside my head dissipated into thin air. His gaze focused on the star-shaped diamond ring on my hand, his mouth twitching into a proud smile, gripping the bouquet on both of my hands. I've always wondered how he has this kind of effect on me. When I was young, I was like all the other werewolf girls, excited to meet their own mates and alphas. But one day I saw Quentin roughly playing rugby with his friends in a field, and I felt that sudden burst of energy around him. My heart throbbed, my blood rushed. Finally, I found my mate, but to my dismay, Quentin didn't feel the same adrenaline rush. The bond is not mutual. Since then, Quentin Black has been my harbinger of happiest and painful moments. But judging from the turn of events, I think I'm making the right choice. How can I think that this won't work? When I haven't tried making it work, I'll try and then I'll see it for myself. It's too early to throw a white towel. Love is a game of chances. If I don't take a risk, nothing will happen.
You're beautiful.
Quentin whispered in my ear when he held my hand after my parents entrusted me to him. Thank you, I shyly said, my cheeks flaming. Hand in hand, we faced the elder priest of the clan and the official ceremony of the wedding began.
Beloved, we are gathered here today in the spirit of the moon goddess to witness the union of Quentin from the house of Black and Frey, from the house of McKenna's.
Quentin Black. From the house of Black take Freya McKenna of the house of McKenna's as my wife and official mate to cherish and bond. I will never reject nor forsake you. I will protect and love you till eternity. If I fail to do my duty and responsibility, I shall receive the punishment befitting that of a traitor to the moon and to the clan.
With so much tenderness, Quentin slipped the ring into my finger next to my white diamond engagement ring while we were locked in a gaze, overjoyed and lost by the energy that suddenly enveloped us. I, Freya McKenna, from the house of McKenna's, take Quentin Black of the house of Black as my husband and official mate to cherish and bond. I will never reject nor forsake you. I will protect and love you till eternity. If I fail to do my duty and responsibility, I shall receive the punishment befitting that of a traitor to the moon and to the clan. I recited the vow and took his finger to slide the ring beside the blue diamond engagement ring that I got for him. The ring now adorned our fingers, a sign of the completion of the ceremony, a promise that we will stand by each other no matter what happens. We are now wife and husband, blessed by the ancestors to continue our lineage of power and business.
By the powers of the moon goddess vested on me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Husband, you may now kiss your wife.
We exchanged smiles. Mine was nervous. I thought I heard him chuckle before he swooped in for a gentle kiss, closing my eyes and putting my hands on his shoulders. I responded intensely. It's my choice to be Mrs. Black, and I will stand by this choice no matter what. The applause and celebration by our loved ones, by the union erected, but was drowned out by someone's shriek at the top of lungs.
Tyler.
Lucian's loud voice echoed against the waves. Quentin abruptly halted the kiss.
Tyler.
He murmured. In a great hurry, he left me alone in the altar and ran towards Tyler, who laid there on the sand unconscious. The guests scrambled toward them, curious and worried of what happened while I was pushed back in the corner alone and feeling left out on the day of my own wedding. Watching how Quentin forgot my presence in the middle of it all is horribly painful. I've never felt this pain in my lifetime. It's like someone stabbed me in my chest and ripped open my heart. The feeling is heart-wrenching, and I couldn't even do something to alleviate the ache.